Cool, man. Zaid, can we just quickly go through your thing before we
Yeah,
go?
Tika, just quickly share the screen.
Yeah.
So, guys, I'm just gonna quickly go through the bleak section. 1 second,
Yeah.
and quickly.
So that's we're leading onto your side quickly, and then we'll go to the talk as well today. It's going to be really interesting, inshallah.
Yeah. So today, I'm just gonna talk about a few of the things that had happened in the last week, and a few things that are upcoming as well.
Yeah.
And how we can as our Qudams, how we can basically tackle them and how we can work together to achieve them. So the first one in the agenda is the virtual Eid party. So I wanted to basically give my feedback from last week's Friday's virtual Eid party that happened. It was last Friday, 5:30 p.m. And straight away after, we just had a Khudam night as well. So I couldn't really summarize, a great feedback at the time because obviously I needed feedback from the people who attended and all the people who are part of, helping to organize this program. So Alhamdulillah, it was a very successful program which was holded. It was a program which was holded by uh, ambassadors, the local community ambassadors. One of the ambassadors is Toby Saab as well, and he decided that Qudans, we should get involved, and obviously we are the next, inshallah, we are the next, the Ansars, and we're the next people who are going to be, inshallah, be leading the Jamaat as well. So if we kind of, do these initiatives, and if we lead on these initiatives, inshallah, in the future as well, it's a great kind of platform for us to train. And inshallah, when the time comes, we will be very good at doing this stuff. So if we start at this time here, our youth, inshallah, by, learning and developing, we would get to a much more better stage. So the feedback is that on the day at the time, we had about 120 viewers who joined us on YouTube at the time of when this was happening. And we also had about, I think it was about 55 plus, between 55 plus to 60, somewhere around those figures. We had people who joined from Zoom. And the feedback, which was from the community ambassadors who was organizing this event as well, part of the Khudams, obviously they was
Zaid
organized.
bhai, mind if I interrupt? There
Yeah,
were
yeah.
186 views on YouTube.
Yeah. Basically, 186 are up till now. So I think it was 120 on the day. That's so basically on the day we had this many views. So
Really?
it
Okay.
yeah. So on the day, Alhamdulillah, it's almost about 200 people who kind of was watching live at the time. And the feedback again from the community ambassadors, who are quite a lot of them, they are non-Muslim, and they were really kind of into it to make this program very successful for us. The program, obviously, the title is Virtual Eid Party, so it's more specifically to us, and but they were very keen to make it interesting and to kind of get us basically involved with it. And it was a good opportunity for us to always interact with the other communities as well. And yeah, also want to mention that when I was invited, our Naib, was it Naib Motamid Tarbiyat, and he also mentioned that Sadr Saab Khudam Al Ahmadiyya was also aware of this program which was being held. So it was, alhamdulillah, that shows how how good feedback we've had. And even Sadr Saab has known that our region and our Khudams from our region, they were a part of this program as well. So it's something very good, I would say. And it's something, I would say that for us as MDs as well, we should be more getting involved in, as we do, for example, the Khidmat Khalq activities we do. We show our our humanity and so on. And also when we get the chance to kind of represent ourselves to other communities, to external communities and external members, this is our time to kind of, really give a great example of who we actually are. And just wanted to kind of, on my right, you would see there's a saying of the Prophet Messiah. So just quickly read that. It says, I shall cause thy message to reach thy corners of the earth. So the reason why I've put this quotation there is as well is that, as you would know, the living example in front of us is that Jamaat is pretty much in every single country in the world. It's in more than 200 countries over the world. And it's, alhamdulillah, by a lot of work has been done through MTA as well. MTA just recently, it has had launched 2 more channels, which has also announced on last Friday ceremony as well. So, alhamdulillah, there's so much which is going on. And, I would urge, Khudams as well, when we do have activities like these as well, do get involved. It's for your own benefit, and it's what for you to also build up your own skills as well. So go to the next one. This is just briefly go over this one. This is our we had a campaign last week Sunday. It was My Jihad. It was these days, unfortunately, sometimes the campaigns they basically announced on the day. So this campaign was announced on the day. So there wasn't enough time for me to kind of, for myself also to be involved as well. I was a bit busy on that day, and unfortunately, I couldn't really get involved myself that much. But again, these campaigns, these are there for us to basically get involved. These are set up for us to kind of do tabligh as well, send the message of Jamaat Islam as well. And what this campaign was about was basically tell the viewers, the public at the time, was that love for what is our jihad. So our jihad is that, is our love for the Creator, our worship that we basically, our jihad should be that, we love Allah, we worship and obedient to Him to protect Islam. And it's also for the betterment of the world as well, basically. So there's more as well to it as well. But these were this campaign was just to kind of send out that message at that time. Another thing is that, we don't know when the next campaign is going to happen. It could happen next, it could happen tomorrow, it could happen the day after. But it's very important that when these campaigns do happen, that if you do have a Twitter account, do get involved, please. And if you don't have a Twitter account, it's very simple to open. And the Twitter is something that, at the moment, we are using very, productively for tabligh purposes as well at the moment. So we're not able to do physical tabligh, whereas we're not able to go and give a leaflet in someone's hand or knock on a door or stand on a high street. So at the moment, we're using social media a lot to kind of spread the message. And alhamdulillah, it's working very well. The last few campaigns that we've had, there's been a lot of campaigns, and pretty much every single week, there's been a campaign. So I'm sure there is going to be more campaigns which are going to come ahead. And, these are there for us to kind of get involved and for us to basically, improve ourselves as well. And by getting involved in these campaigns as well, I would say that, when you read some of the messages as well, it's knowledge to yourself as well, some of the quotations and so on as well. So this is a part of training as well. Just finally, about tabligh training and other trainings which are available to you guys. So on my left here, as you see on the screen, we've got Tabligh Talks. This is a program which has been organized by the national team. And they are planning to do this program, alhamdulillah, it's going to be a 10 days program, which is going to happen every, I think, Sunday from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. So it's going to cover basically non-Ahmadis, basically how to preach to non-Ahmadi Muslims, how to preach to Christians, and how to preach to atheism. So it's going to be a very good, inshallah, program of good knowledge from Naseem Bajwa Saab, who is a missionary for Beit al-Futur Mosque. So I've been in one of his also, in his programs where he's been given a bit of, tips on how for us to kind of reply and also get involved in tabligh activities. And one thing I would mention is that I would also send the link in a minute as well. I'm sure he will definitely be talking about the Tabligh guidebook, which he has written. And this Tabligh guidebook is literally like gold. It has a lot of, great information of how to kind of approach, and gives you good information how to do Tabligh as well. So I would send the link in a minute as well. This is inshallah, is a very successful program which will be happening every Sunday from now on. And this is by the National Department. And on the right here, this is a program which Tabligh discussions, which we are holding from our region with the Midlands Tabligh Department. And at the moment, we're going to change this program to 7 p.m. So now this will be every Wednesday, 7 p.m. It's been hosted by Tahir Salbi Saab, a missionary from Hartlepool. So from next week, we're going to basically, our topic is going to be Holy Quran's response to science. So a lot of our friends, a lot of young friends we have, and the society at the moment, they're very into science, and they don't really think religion is very important at the moment. They would say science is everything, and it's more just what's in front of us. They want straight answers, but religion is more looked at now, the thing, as it's more backwards. It's not answering their questions. But we know that's not the truth. And inshallah, we're going to start this from Wednesday, and inshallah, it will be a very successful program as well, and it'll be very educational. So if you Khudams, please do join in this, and you'll get great knowledge and great tips of how to kind of respond back to your friends, and what answers, or what you can ask them, or what questions, how you can respond to their answers as well. So that's all from me from Outreach Department. Jazakallah Rabbi Sabah, Jazakallah everyone for listening out as well.